tent blew away, y'all. The tent blew away. Hey, Jenkins for Real crew.
What's up?
All right. So, have you ever planned a trip and then you get on the trip and something just throws a huge monkey wrench in your trip?
And you like to plan, so you plan like 2 or 3 months out.
You know I'm a planner.
Yeah, we had this camping trip fully planned according to LaToya's standards, which is a higher standard of planning, you know what I'm saying? So
it's just planning.
Yeah, but you know, it was a colossal fail, I think.
You think it was failed?
There was some good
lesson.
Yeah, it was some good family time. Hardly.
The trip, it literally just blew away from us.
Blew away from us. Just like the tent blew away.
The tent blew away, y'all. The tent blew away. Y'all, we have 3 tips for you. 3 tips from what we learned from this failed camping trip. We want y'all to learn
Help
from
the people
our
out.
mistakes.
Help the people out.
That's what we're here for.
We gotta help out the crew, the Jenkins for Real crew, because it was a real trip, and so we learned some real lessons. So we just gonna give you 3 tips. 3 tips.
3 tips.
All right,
3
what's
real
number 1?
lessons. Okay, have a packing strategy.
Number 1.
Number one. Have a packing strategy. With camping, I like to have, like my stuff in my bins. I know that when I go back to them the next time, my stuff is there. And the last trip we went on, some well-meaning friends and my well-meaning husband, they packed up our things from our last trip and they put them all over the place. So I didn't know where anything was. It totally threw my whole little orderly self into a whole dysfunction.
See, I thought the kitchen stuff went with some of the lighter fluid and the lighters, because it's kind of kitchen stovey type stuff.
But the games, there were games and batteries.
It was all in the same area though.
And kitchen
so we just
stuff.
throw it all in there. It was all in the same area.
It looked like what happened was y'all were just done. Y'all were just done with packing, and it was just I'm just gonna go throw it all.
Yeah. So the packing for your next camping trip starts from the unpacking of your previous one, which again, that's just LaToya Jenkins, because I wouldn't have fathomed planning for the next one as we're unpacking for the previous one. But
that's like how planning is in life in general.
I'm glad I married you, because I don't plan that far ahead. But
you plan. So today, when you're getting ready for tomorrow, right? You're gonna this evening starts your preparation for tomorrow, right?
Got it. Yes, dear.
But, yeah.
So anyway,
pack up your stuff from the previous site.
All right.
So that when you get ready to camp again, your stuff is where you expect it to be, and you don't have to
what type of stuff?
Pack it.
What type of stuff? So tell them about your organization style, child.
Put your kitchen stuff. Then a miscellaneous bin. Put your miscellaneous stuff in another bin.
Okay.
However, we got a lot of bins. We got a lot of bins because
miscellaneous
got a lot of
toenail clippers and
toenail clippers.
I don't know.
Just
in case you get, because you when you're camping, it might be rough, and you might get a hangnail. Y'all hate hangnails. And so to get the toenail clipper, because if you get a hangnail in your toe or your finger, don't matter, because the toenail clipper is big enough for the finger and the toe. All right, anyway.
I'm gonna need you to deal with that.
Or you keep one of them knives on your on your waist, like old men.
Is that what you use that for?
Yeah, man. Every old man got the knife. The knife.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I do believe that packing is good, because again, if it won't fit, then you're gonna have to take something out.
You must have quit.
Anyway, if y'all are too young to get the joke, just go look at OJ. The OJ trial. It does help out a lot when the packing is organized, because most of the times, you know, I'm the one that's left packing the heavy, you know, lifting all the heavy bins and all the heavy stuff, the coolers, everything else, trying to get it into our vehicle to get us out on time so that we can get to the site before daylight runs out.
Y'all, we got there at like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
It was dark. Dark. Like, dark. Like, I don't know how we gonna see. We and this is a campsite we have never been to before.
That's true.
So we didn't know. We got lost. I wish I could show y'all the map. It was like,
It didn't make sense.
Hey, no. You know the little Moana symbol? How it's like, so driving to our campsite, you were like going around.
Oh, wow.
Like in this little circle thing. Trying to get to the campsite in the middle. And we drove around and out and back around again, and we finally got into the campsite, and we were like, all right, time to pitch a tent in the dark. I mean, thank God it wasn't raining yet.
But give them camping tip number 2 that we learned, or lesson number 2 that we learned.
Number 2.
All right.
Know the animals in the surrounding.
Yes.
A fox is not a coyote.
Yes, as you thought, as we were driving. There were like little things running across the street, and she thought it was a white fox.
Y'all, it was nighttime. I don't see well at nighttime.
Right.
And
this fox had on reflective gear, so it appeared like it was a white fox.
It did not
as
have
opposed to a dirty
gear.
coyote.
It was white though, wasn't
okay.
it white?
No. Well,
It wasn't
coyotes
white.
are sandy, but it wouldn't have been white.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Okay, well it looked white to me.
We were camping at Lost Dutchman in the middle of the desert. There is no white fox in Arizona deserts. So we below sea level in a valley right here. So yeah.
All I know
mountain
is I saw something and I just was like, what the fox say? Like, what is that running across the way? Like,
what got me is that you were more afraid of the white fox than the real coyote. When I'm like, those are coyotes. They will take your kids and small dogs.
no, because I'm used to hearing the sound of coyotes when we're camping, but I've never actually like seen one like up close.
And we heard them howling that night too. I mean,
They were,
it was
and
like
I don't get bothered by the noises of them when we're camping, but I just have never seen one up close, and that thing just ran, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it's dark. Like,
tip number 3 is know
the weather. I texted my neighbor while we were up there, and she was like, you guys are camping up there this weekend? Be safe. There's some weather coming in, and I'm like, weather? Like, it's,
I know, it's
Arizona.
Phoenix. Yeah, it's Phoenix Metro.
What weather is she talking about? We had checked for the temperature, and we were like, oh, we're prepared for that. You know, all weather sleeping bags and
a hoodie.
yeah, we had the hoodies, and you know, we were ready. We've been in that kind of weather, so I was like, oh yeah, we're good. You know, we were prepared for the cold, and she was like, okay, and yeah, we were not prepared for what it
No. The whole tent was like a parachute.
The wind.
But the thing is, it snuck up on us because it was kind of like a little gust here and there. And we were like, okay, that.
It was nice. It was like, oh.
Yeah, as we went to bed, it was like little
like
drizzles.
Yes, I remember saying.
It was like little small
nice.
little clouds up there, little small tiny clouds.
Yeah,
we're like,
little pitter patter.
It's not gonna do anything to me.
Oh,
What can
is
rain do unto
nice.
me? Right. And then we laid our heads down. I don't know what, maybe like only 2 hours into sleep.
If that. The kids were
And-
sleeping. These jokers slept through the whole thing. Like, except for Chrislyn. These jokers slept through the whole.
They said that they had to get the tent and it was raining on Christmas one. And I slept through the whole night.
I wish they would sleep like that at home. It woke us up. Actually, we didn't wake up. It woke us up because the walls of the tent were like slapping us in the face, like wow, wow.
Like, LaShawn, why are
Right.
you, no, that's the tent wall.
And but for us having cots in there and our sleeping bag, our luggage, the whole tent would have flew away because that was the only thing grounding it. Because basically,
Thank God for a big family.
that's true.
Because if it was just
Yeah,
us two, we
it
would
would've
have
been-
been gone.
I agree.
I'm like, what in the hurricane, tornado, all the weather coming, descending on us is happening right now?
No, it was wild.
All right. Go on this side of the tent. See if I can get it. Just gotta stand.
It
And
was
rain
wild.
started to come through, and we're like, where is the rain getting through the tent? And it was like,
Yeah.
it opened up holes in the tent.
Poor Chrissy, we knew the rain was getting into the tent because it was like dropping on her forehead.
Like that form of punishment.
And she didn't want to go in the first place, so this child was like, no.
So at first I thought that like there was like a leak somewhere where someone was throwing water, but it kept getting on my face, and then I realized that there was like a hole or something in the tent. So when it rained on me, I couldn't go back to sleep, and then the tent fell on me, only me, and I thought that it was a bear, but it literally collapsed on my face.
Were you ready to go home?
I was ready to go home when I got there. I was praying that it got worse so we could leave.
What?
It was kind of scary to me because I was right by the back door. It literally felt like two bears were fighting over the tent because they wanted to eat us.
Anything that was not strapped down was basically a parachute or a wind sail.
He was outside grabbing big rocks out
I
of,
was
out of the
grabbing
desert.
anything I could.
He was grabbing rocks, boulders, like
rolling
trying to tie stuff up. Trying, like, yeah, literally, like rolling stuff, like trying to tie the tent down. I'm inside, like trying to hold up the wall. Like, I got knocked down.
It was like that scene in The Wizard of Oz.
Yes, when the house blew away.
Wake up in the morning, our tent is on top of some little witch's feet.
Okay, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
But it
Still.
was bad.
Yeah,
like
it was bad.
it was camping bad. Like
I agree.
it
That was some
bad.
Jenkins for real bad right there.
I know that's right.
So tell them about the
y'all-
next morning.
The next morning, you know how like when a little kid, you know, they were like cutting up, and then all of a sudden the next
Our kids, I know them
moment,
kids, yeah, they be doing it.
they sit there like they're perfect angels, like they didn't do a single thing. That's what the weather was like. It was like the next morning, it's all peaceful.
Right.
It's bright and
Right.
sunny.
Guys.
It's glorious,
Right.
like beautiful. As if it didn't just cut up and halfway like fly us to California the night before.
So beautiful out here.
We woke up, it was breezy.
I just
Great.
remember
But it grew worse. I remember
Oh.
finally
that's what it
checking
was. As
the
sun
weather
went higher. Yeah.
the way that I should have checked it previously. Not just
True.
the temperature.
Yeah, Miss
but
Planner.
the-
Yeah, Miss Planner.
I know. Okay, yeah. And I learned from my mistakes.
Hey,
Like,
right,
then
all
I
right.
come on here and I give people 3 good tips.
Cool.
3 good tips.
Cool.
Breakfast was a mess. Fire blowing all over the place. Stuff blowing all over the place. You know,
Yeah.
kids wondering when is the food gonna be done. Kids' bowls and stuff flying all over the place. Rocks and toys and all kinds of stuff trying to hold stuff down. And Legos
Yep.
flying all over the place.
Things were being blown over
Yeah.
the table, so they're being blown overboard onto the ground, which you
Food
don't.
flying onto
so
the ground.
if you ever been on a
The
campsite,
ants.
no matter what, even if you do kind of spray a barrier, they somehow hop over the barrier sometimes. It's
They
like-
hopped
they like-
hopping ants.
right. They're like,
Hopping over
you-
barriers.
You thought raid was gonna help? That ain't doing nothing against camping
So
insects.
yeah, know nothing about these lost Dutchmen insects. We hop. So we decided, we made the painful decision to pick up and leave and go
Yeah.
back home.
And that's a lot of work to go back home because you have a lot of preparation that goes into packing and planning. Then when you get there, you gotta unpack everything you packed. Then you gotta set up your campsite.
It was funny that we had to pack and then unpack and then pack and then leave. And it was all because of the rain and the wind.
After you've set up, you really look forward to just kind of maybe setting up a hammock or opening the windows to your tent.
He
and
loves
just,
hammocks.
yeah, just lounging. But this was not one of those camping trips. So this time it was work, work, work. We did manage to go on a little walk, but it was really just to go to the bathroom. I just remember totally underestimating what it was gonna take anyway, because I'm like, this is like city camping. Because it's literally like...
It's like...
What?
20 minutes from our
Yeah,
house.
so we were like, whatever, man. This is, I don't care about no weather. We're like right next to that, you know, we're
We
almost
just go
right next to the house.
home.
Yeah.
If it, well, yeah.
We
did
ended
go
up having to
home.
go home.
But apparently, Chrislyn was praying for us to go home anyway.
Oh, wow.
So the prayers
Wow.
of the righteous avail
I
much.
know.
They've
Right.
got like, they've got like
It's been an awesome experience. As you can see, there's the mountain behind us. But this was a story of a windy camping adventure. It was super, super windy. So much so that our tent almost blew down several times last night. It didn't, but I had to spend like an hour reinforcing it with boulders and whatever else I could find and trying to jimmy it. But we will be back to Lost Dutchman State Park so that we can camp again and maybe get some hiking up on that Superstition Springs mountain range. And we're just packing up right now. This is what it did to our tent. I had to carry that mangled tent through a
the
path.
canopy tent.
The
not
canopy
not
tent.
our sleeping tent.
That's, yes, thank you.
Thank God.
I had to carry that in one hand and drag it while I had
with the strength of my left hand.
a
That
2-year-old.
sturdy left hand.
That's right, a 2-year-old in tow in the left hand and a mangled canopy tent in the right hand.
I can see it.
Yes.
Like yeah.
See that British accent came out like
That was British?
I think.
Okay.
Maybe it was Bridgerton accent.
It was
like
a Bridgerton.
accent.
It was a Bridgerton
Anyway,
accent.
Yeah. So.
Duke of what? Duke of what?
Yes. Anyway.
Can't even think now, huh?
Right,
Can't
right,
even
right.
think.
Dude, the Duke was walking around like. That was cool to see a black Duke. I'm just saying, you know. Check it out on Netflix if you haven't. All right.
Yeah.
Drug the tent from here all the way over there into this ravine. We need to find a hack that's going to protect us from the wind or be like a wind resistor or something the next time, just in case. This is the windiest we've ever experienced when we've been camping. My wife was like standing up, trying to hold the tent up as I was pinning it down, trying to get leverage on the ground with it because it was lifting it up from the bottom. Luckily, we had a lot of weight because we had 7 people in it. But if it wasn't for that, we would have been getting carried away. Yeah, it was a lot of work. So we did. We packed up and then we came back home. So that was our colossal failed camping trip. Honestly, that was the first failed camping trip. That's the first time we've ever had to kind of like give in and say, all right, this, you know, the elements are just too much.
Yeah.
We got to go home. And I can't believe it was so close to the city, but it, like that wind.
Maybe that's the problem.
I know. I agree. We weren't out in nature. This was man-made. This was a man-made catastrophe.
I mean, our tent was literally on pavement, y'all. So
right.
That's what it was.
Had it been trees, it would have
would've-
broke the wind up and our little tent would have been protected
That was the.
underneath the canopy of the trees.
You're right. I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
But still, we have not given up on Lost.
We haven't. It was beautiful.
In true Jenkins fashion, we have to go back and conquer Lost Dutchman.
I agree. In an RV. No, just playing.
So we are gonna conquer Lost Dutchman, and we're gonna share that with you guys, along with all of our other adventures. We will continue to share with you.
Be sure to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified of when we share additional videos of our fun, our faith, and our family. Until next time, we are Jenkins for real.